Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. It doesn't matter when you're watching this, it just matters that you are watching this. Oh boy, oh boy, are we having a little bit of a dipsy here. I say that because last night when I got off of gold, we were pretty okay, We were pretty okay. But then gold took a shit. In turn, happened to everything else. Everything else took a shit. So, what I mean by everything else, uh, gold, NASDAQ, ES, and I believe silver. There might be another group, but those right there are just those indexes right there are a couple indexes that will move the same regardless. So like if so say if gold made a dip down like this, you will see that dip down on ES as well. It's crazy. It's really crazy to think that's really how that shit can move. Nonetheless, we'll go into the 4 hour. We'll do a bias really quick. We could see that we are now just coming right back down to rebalance out price right here. We could see it as well right here. Just remove all these drawings so it's easier for everybody to see. Let me just make sure I'm on the right ones. Nazi, yes. Cool. All right, so right off the gate, I could see that NASDAQ made its push down. It also went ahead and respected. There is no fair value back there. So really what we need to see is the break of structure right here. What I was going to say was if we had a fair value gap here, we could use that fair value gap well before we could use the break of structure. But there is no fair value gap right here to use to go ahead and say that it was turned into a inversed fair value gap, which would mean there's another break of structure before the actual break of structure happened. So now that we have to rely on the actual break of structure, we have to wait on it. Well, on NASDAQ, we can clearly see it's wanting to create that break where ES is failing. It's failing to do so. Two things can happen. One good thing is both of these indexes give me a break of structure on the 4 hour. To then seek further lows. As of right now, what we have going for us is that push down, we get we already get the break, we get the retest, and then we get the manipulation or the distribution, I'm sorry. So in hindsight, what I like to go off of is the 4 hour, 1 hour, and possibly the 30 minute, depending on if the 1 hour or the 4 hour doesn't really give me much. But as we can see here, although we didn't get our break on the 4 hour just of yet, we go into the 1 hour on both indexes and just see whether or not we actually did get that break. Now, technically speaking, this is the retest, but nonetheless, after the retest, we get a break of structure on both indexes. So cool. Now, what I like to do with my strategy is go into the 30 minute from there and see if we actually have a break of structure. Because if we continue breaking structure on the 30 minute and we continue breaking structure on the hourly, there's a high chance that we're going to continue from going down. Why? Because we're continuing to break structures. We're continuing to see breaks, retests, downfall, break, retest, and then the downfall. And then we could see it here too. Come up, well, yeah, sorry, I was on a different timeline. You can see here, we get the break, we get the retest, and then we get the fall. Another way to look at it is we get the break, come down, come back up. This would be the extra manipulation to this, but then we get another retrace to the upside. Breaking structure, but we're not able to hold structure. What do? We break structure again to the downside. After that, we're looking to go ahead and retrace back up to a certain level to then drop once more. That's the theory. That's the theory. So, nonetheless, if we could go ahead, what I'm really trying to say is if we can continue to get breaks of structures the way that we have been, there's a high chance that price is going to want to try to rebalance itself and come down to these levels over here. Yes, NASDAQ looks a little bit more promising, but you never know. You never know. So if I'm looking for these sells, I want price to at least come up and manipulate these highs. These highs right here. Let me make sure my camera's actually okay. I want price to come up and try to manipulate these highs. We're actually at the moment manipulating these highs here. I could see a 5-minute SMT. This clearly has more buying power to the upside. This clearly has more buying power, selling power to the downside. But that all could change just based on the fact that these highs were manipulated. I would say that we could try to come up and manipulate these highs up here as well, but that's a stretch. A huge stretch. One thing we do have to keep in mind is we've already blown through liquidity on the downside. We already have the break of structure afterwards on both indexes. So one possibility is sells. The other possibility is going to have to be buys, but there's really nothing. Oh shit. Never mind. Bias is about to get flipped on its fucking head. That's disgusting. Well, if it wants to take out these highs well before I can actually get the fuck in, that would be something else. But market just opened. I can't necessarily be too like, no, just simmer down, simmer down. Do I want this account or do I want this account? I want this one. Oh, for sure. Like, I really don't believe that this is going to want to go down or go up, but we just got a 30-minute break of structure to the upside. Yeah, we just got a 30-minute and a 15-minute break if this actually does hold. I mean, this candlestick just printed. Nonetheless, we're looking more fucking bullish. Bro, if we actually rebalance out all that shit, fucking crazy work if we actually do. Oh, crazy work. Got the manipulation. Break a, break a structure. See that it failed. Get that break over here. Right down. For the retest. Boom. And just shot up after. Yeah. I'm talking to myself. I'm telling myself that we already had that displacement move, and that displacement was this candlestick to the upside. Like, I want to say we're bullish, but with how all this is acting, what are the odds? What are the odds? I'm not. I'm not convinced. I mean, I'm kind of convinced that we're bullish, but at the same time, at the same time, higher time frames do hold higher power. But I can't get caught up in that. I can't get caught up in analysis paralysis. I can't do that. If we could take these fucking highs and hold to show more confluence to the upside, but on the day, we're actually very fucking bearish. Retracing like a motherfucker. Oh, nonetheless, so wait. What I've been falling into is not waiting on the proper retracement to happen. Yeah. Past couple of days, I've been blowing my ass right out of the water with that shit. Looking for a sell, I need to swing high, sweet. Ah, wrong index. It, this is sales, this is longs. We still have about 2 minutes left on this. But if we get a break of structure to the upside on this, then I'm going long. But if we continue to respect the downtrend on NASDAQ, then we're going to prove that we are still looking for other things to happen. Oh, yeah. That's a crazy ass retrace. I'll say that much for a certain fact. Jeez, daddy. And, uh, I mean, if you really want to, like I can't stop you. But if you want to continue break retest. Hmm. Trust it? I trust it? Yeah, we'll wait. Because what if that was just all manipulation? I mean, we didn't really do nothing but take out these lows. And give me a break. Why would you come back down to these levels if you didn't want to go lower? That's the question. Why would you revisit these levels if you didn't want to come lower? And you can see that we're not actually getting the break of structure here. Actually failing to do that. I want to be able to see a rejection off of this 1 minute gap or 1 minute fair value. I mean, technically speaking, we already did. Oh, analysis paralysis. I could feel you creeping. Apparently liquidation. Excuse me? Okay. Apparently locked out of that account. Weird sauce, man. Just fucking weird sauce. There's no way that we're actually fucking bullish. We have 14 minutes left on that. We're gonna be jumping around for a minute. We're gonna be jumping around for a minute. Unless this does really want to fuck around. And in which case, then, so be it. Is this 15 minutes? Yeah, I'm really hoping that this doesn't actually swing up and take out this high. Because if it does, then we're in trouble. And what I mean by take it out, I meant like actually full closure above. If we get a liquidity sweep, that'd be nice. But what I want to be able to see is us staying away from that high as much as possible. We still got 12 minutes left on this motherfucker, so anything could really happen. Honestly, losing out on what I'm gonna lose out, possibly lose out, is okay. I'll just make this shit back in gold. Gold has been treating me nicely for the past 2 nights. Although I've been fucking up, I've been able to make that money back. What does gold do? Gold is just ripping. Telling you, if we could just stay away from these highs, stay away from those highs. Clearly, ES is the more bullish index than NASDAQ. NASDAQ does not want any part of these highs right now. So really, I should be looking at is to see whether or not we actually did get that break. We did get a 30. We did get that 30-minute break. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, baby. Give me a break of structure to the downside. Failed to get the break here. That's why this is happening right here. A lot of indecision. But for the past couple of days, we've had actually bull. One thing I do need to note is I don't ever suggest trading like this because of certain reasons. Reasons being, you will lose your account. Um, me, reason why I'm doing this is because I'm trying to be aggressive with these evaluations. Trying to be very aggressive with these evaluations. So, like me being cautious isn't really getting me. I mean, it's getting me places, but at the same time, it's just so slow. The last time that I was more risky, I actually did pass the account and within a week. Uh, Not good. Not good. I might want to. I might actually want to start thinking about exiting. Why? Because if we're going to continue to do this, if you are going to continue to want to take highs, then we're going to be in trouble. You are the leading index to this. You are telling the forecast and the future of what this is going to do. If you're going to be taking highs, there's a very, very good chance you are going to be taking highs. Did we get that break? Like, there's no way that we're still fucking bullish. I should have just waited on the fucking 4 hour to actually close. Fuck! I have to kill. Damn it, man. I should have just waited on this fucking 4 hour. God damn it, dude. Like, that's annoying. Like stupid shit like that. Oh, it just sends me in tilt. Stupid shit like that just sends me in tilt. I could have just waited the extra fucking 30 minutes that it took to. Whatever. Whatever. What the fuck ever. What the fuck ever. Like, I'm just. What the fuck ever. We get that break. We did. Oh. That's annoying. I'm just going to be completely fucking fair with you. That's just fucking annoying. Okay, yeah, you could go. Sorry, I just annoyed the shit out of me. I just annoyed the shit out of myself. Come on, yeah, I want that. What are you doing? What are we doing? Go away. Right now is not the best time to be fucking with me. It's it's just not. Fucking annoying. That's just truly fucking annoying. I have nobody to blame but myself when it comes to that. I have nobody to blame but myself. Again, I don't ever suggest trading like this. I'm only doing this because I am being more hands-on and risky when it comes to these fucking accounts. Watch it actually goes into that actual direction. Can I add it? Just add one more to the position. It's crazy. Just fucking nutty. Just doing stupid fucking mistakes like that is what really costing me. Thinking about taking profits here instead of actually taking it all the way up there. Just because we're about 4 contracts in right now. Or I could probably hold until here.
Explain how that is the leading index right now. Explain it.
Damn, for a second I forgot I was live. We could get back into this area right here. We could use this as fuel to the upside to possibly want to take out this 1 hour high. That is the hope. And we're looking to do that. We're actively doing it at the moment. I want to size down on this position. Take just a little bit of money off. If this can flip to be bullish, then we can see more activity. But if this wants to remain bullish, I'm not saying that we're going to be in trouble, but saying we should probably think about cutting down this position just a little bit. This looks like it flipped. At least it looks like that. Oh, crazy time. Failing to break structure there. But we did get that break here. Oh, we did get the break right there. Nonetheless, we're needing a retracement. That is in the books. We need a retracement, and I'm hoping that it is not deep, at least too deep. Because if it is, then yikes.
shit, my hip.
Damn, daddy. Telling you, we need that retracement, but I'm hoping that retracement isn't going to be too deep. If it is, yikes.
That's all I gotta say. Yikes. Wow. These pullbacks will determine whether or not I stay in this. Because if these pullbacks, if these retracements are going to be too deep, wanting to start to take out 5-minute lows, then it's going to become more of a hectic situation to be in. Because at that point, if we go ahead and want to take out this low right here, break structure, 5-minute, we can start seeing more confluences to the downside for deeper retraces. But if we can just hover, stay above this for right now, we have a slight chance of just being okay. I don't want to hold too long. Holding too long in this kind of a strategy, as you've seen from the last fucking trade, can really fuck you over. It can really fuck you over. Luckily, losing only $400 isn't that bad, but it is, and when it comes into the terms of like I don't want to lose that much, but at the same time, you kind of gotta roll the fucking dice with this shit. At least with this strategy. I am not one to remove my stop loss. Actually, I am because I need to get out of the habit of removing my stop loss. The only reason why it's happening now is because I am being very more aggressive with these trades. Very aggressive with. I know the trend. I know which way it wants to go. Well, majority of the time I'm right. Majority of the time I am right about the trend. So if I could just respect those rules, and on top of that, respect the higher confluences, the higher time frame rules, my biases usually play out in the long run. I don't usually see plays happen right away because my take profits are fucking foo high, but you get the picture. That's why I'm setting take profits here and here. So that way, if we actually do want to go ahead and flip, I could just pull out. Like right here, we're starting to show that we've hit this high, looking to flip. But on here, we haven't really. I mean, we hit this high over here, hit this high right here. I believe that's the exact same high that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So we can possibly see a reversal off of this, or we can use the 5 minute the 5 minute fair value gap that's right here. Right there. I mean, we're gonna be in some bullshit. But that yeah, here's fair value gap on the 15 minutes right there. So what I'm trying to do, nonetheless, is target top of 5 minute fair value gap right here. Here's the start of it. If we could just get into this level, and like if we could just get out of this level, stay in this level, there's a chance that we might be able to ride this fair value gap. Chance. But that very same fair value gap is right here, smaller. We could tell that the S&P 500 at the time is the more leading index at the top. Why? Because you see this candlestick is more up than this candlestick. Candlestick wants more of the downside. What I was talking about earlier, if this index can flip bullish, if this can go up, then we'll be okay. We could hold and get a 5 minute break of structure. Oh, imagine if we could just hold and get a 5 minute break. Sorry, there's times where I need to just sit down, stand up. I think I overstretched my hip last night trying to get out of bed. And now that hit duck is just like there. uh, I might want to go ahead and maybe 2 contracts. Maybe pull 2 contracts here and let one ride to here. Or should I just pull the whole thing? We could go ahead and hit this line. I'll go ahead and pull 2 contracts off. That should be $250. And we can let the other 250 ride. If my mathematics is correct. Oh, come on, Big Daddy. You know you want to go ahead and hit that. Hit it so Daddy could take profit off the table.
Come on. Don't edge me. Don't you dare edge me. Hmm. Yep. Pull that off the table now. Beautiful. And then we'll just let this last contract ride to here. Or actually, fuck it, we'll just let that bitch ride. Oh, Daddy has gotten so much better at take profits. Or not take profits, but pulling partials. Oh, Daddy has gotten so much fucking better at that. Hmm. Damn, it feels good. Damn, it feels good. Yeah, we'll just let this one run. Hmm. And see, if I could have just been patient, if I could have just waited on that 4 hour, and see, this is what happened. This is what happened. I'm over here trying to treat Nasdaq and the S&P 500 like I treat gold. I can't fucking do that. I can't fucking do that. If I do that, I'm going to fuck myself. I'm going to royally fuck myself. Mm. Shit, we don't like that number, but fuck it, daddy. Oh God, that's how we do it. We could have actually held for a little bit longer, to be honest. Oh, I don't know why it didn't take me out when it hit that last high. It put me back into another order. I gotta figure out why it did that. It might have done that because of the other order that I had placed to keep it in. This was the order right here. Oh man, just to think, if I would have just been patient. What happened? Where'd my drawings go? Hmm. I was gonna say, what the fuck? I don't. I was over here doing shit. If I would have just been patient enough to go ahead and if I would have just been patient enough for that 4 hour to fucking close the right way, this would have been so much more. This would have been so much more money. But hey, look, we can't sit here and fucking bitch, moan, and groan. We can't do that. We can't do that. Only thing that we can do is focus on the wins. I got to figure out why I wasn't able to go ahead and get into this account. I wasn't able to trade with this. It liquidated me. It maybe because it might be because I got liquidated last night during 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 gold session. I might have to wait until tomorrow to trade on that account. But nonetheless, we're slowly getting there to getting these motherfuckers into profit. slowly but fucking surely. And look, I'm not gonna sit here and cap my fucking method. This method is working. Now, let me be very, very fucking clear on this. You run into the risk of if you make one wrong fucking move, you make one wrong fucking mistake, and you don't catch that mistake right off, going about the strategy that I'm using, you will find yourself in a very, very hard situation that you might not even be able to stomach. There's a lot of times where I see my P&L rush into the 600. There's a lot of times with this strategy I see my fucking P&L rush into the fours. You've seen it rush straight. I think it was what, -3? Yeah. Imagine not staying in that range for like 15 minutes. It's not very nice. But if you know how to read the market, if you know how to read candlesticks, if you know how to do what you need to do and apply that knowledge, you could walk away with a shit ton of fucking money. But I'm not trying to sit here and gas up this fucking method because this method is it goes against all the rules that I have for trading. One, I don't take off my stop loss. I don't before wanting to rush into these accounts, I didn't take off my stop loss at all. If trade stop if market stopped my ass out, market stopped me out. It is what it is. But now I'm just more like I want to get these motherfuckers past. Like I know how to trade. What's really just stopping me is just shitty ass entries. And as a trader, that's inevitable. That is inevitable. Again, it's inevitable for you to run into shitty ass fucking entries. You could know the market like the back of your fucking hand. You could have a very solid fucking um you could have a very solid strategy. But what really does fuck all that shit up is how you place your trade. How you got into the market is what will fuck you up. Because if you don't get in the proper way at the proper time, like say now, if you were to get into the market right now, just use this right now. Let's say if you got into this in the pullback, let's just pretend. Let's just pretend you've seen this motherfucker going up still. And let's say you're like, oh, I want to go. I see it going long. I want to be able to capitalize on this move as much as possible. So I'm going to put my stop here. And then you said I'm going to go ahead and do just based on just without proper knowledge. If you would have did this, your ass would have been stopped out within fucking 2 minutes, 3, 4 minutes of this trade. You would have been like, "Oh my god, what is happening? What this is supposed to be going up?" Bam, taken out. Why? Because you're not following fucking rules. You see me going into this shit left and fucking right. Like down here, confluences met down here. Motherfucker. All the confluences met. We had a liquidity sweep to show the reversal. We had a liquidity sweep to show that there was a possible reversal imminent. What did I need to see happen after that? I needed to go ahead and see a 5 minute. I needed to see a 5 minute break of structure. Hmm. This was clearly the downside at the time. This was clearly the upside at the time, and then they flipped. Nonetheless, we were looking over here first. We were looking for shorts because, of course, that's what happened. But if we were actually paying attention, we would have been able to see break of structure. What happened after the break of structure? After the break of structure, we respected. Sorry. After the break of structure, we respected the fair value gap. Did we need to respect the fair value gap here? No. Why? Because there was no fair value gap right here. I mean, there was a fair value gap. So you could have went off of, there was no EQ here, but you could have used equilibrium on here and a fair value gap to determine what the fuck was going to happen next, right? So let's say if you didn't want to wait on the fair value gap, because if you're waiting on the fair value gap, you're late to the party. Let's say if you wanted to go ahead and use your equilibrium after the break of structure, after we get the liquidity sweep, after we get the break of structure, right here, it's the high. We couldn't get a break here. We couldn't get a break here, but we got a break here. Also, after the break of structure, what happened? Price retraced back into our retracement tool. After our retracement tool was met, after price came down, came back up and hit our retracement requirement, it was very easy. Like I was very late to the party. I was very late to the party. But if I was just paying attention to this and solely this and had more focus on this shit, I would have been able to see the proper entry, like the spot on fucking entry. And that would have been waiting for the break. We see price comes down, comes up, touches the requirement for equilibrium. All right, so after that, the only thing that we're looking to do is look for a break of structure out of this, showing that there's a confirmation for price to change its structure, its trend. So after that, what are we doing? Again, we're just waiting for the break. Did we get a break here? No. Did we get a break here? No. Did we get a break here? No. Did we get the break here? Yes. That would have been the entry. So actually, we would have had to wait for this candle to close. Actually, no. Let's say if we did it my way. Me personally, I'd had my finger on the fucking mouse. I'd have my finger just like a fucking sniper, just like a fucking sniper, waiting for this candle to close. Waiting for it to close. Anyways, putting my stop at the low. After that, I'm targeting the highs, or I was going to go ahead and target those other areas that we went ahead and touched on earlier. These take profit level. And what do you see? Price hits. Now, if we would have just taken it all the way, you see, like if you had multiple entries in this, my entry was in this bullshit. I missed the original leg up, but nonetheless, I was able to capitalize on everything else with my rules that are in place. I didn't just enter into the market because, oh my God, it's going up. No, I seen exactly what the fuck the market was giving me. I hesitated for a little bit, but nonetheless, we got into that motherfucker. I think I hesitated over here. Yeah, I was busy here thinking, oh God, we're going short. All along, market on ES is situating itself to go long. And we clearly, and I seen that after the fact. And so if I'm so here's some little sauce. Here's a little sauce. If you miss your original entry, then the next best thing for you to do is look for a confirmation that price is going to continue on in that fashion. My confirmation came in the form of the fair value gap. What are we doing in the fair value gap? What happens with a fair value gap? Fair value gaps need to go ahead and get traced into and then pushed away from. That is what we need to, that's what we want to see, a fair value gap. We want to see price come into it and then away from it. We ultimately want to see price move away from the fair value gap. Right there, price did exactly that. Price moved away from it. Like we came down, came into it, and then inversed it once more, but that's fine. We closed underneath this fair value gap, and I said that's my entry. That's my fucking entry. Oh, sorry. Wrong one. Wrong one. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Right there. So I said, cool, if we're gonna go ahead and respect this fair value gap and respect the trend that is actually forming, there should be no reason to why price wants to go back down if we're looking to respect the trend that has been formed right in front of me in the way that I just explained it. There should be no reason. And so, with that information in mind, I could tell that price went ahead, respected fair value gap, and I said, cool, that's my entry in. Damn. Long that motherfucker. Long that motherfucker. And then after we hit this high, we just started to retrace back down into these levels. I'm glad I didn't actually keep that fucking trade in hand because that was a lot of money. That was a lot of money to be had. But nonetheless, you could see it. Oh, very simple, very easy. The only thing that doesn't become very simple and what doesn't become very easy is making the very, very simple mistakes that I made with the very first trade that I took. That within itself, like, again, I could have saved myself so much fucking money. I could have saved myself almost $500 just by being patient. Just by being. And I would have just waited the 30 minutes that it took for that 4-hour candle to close. Everything else that was yelling at me to go fucking long. We had a 15-minute break of structure on the 15-minute. We had a break of structure on the 30-minute. I don't understand why the fuck I was thinking it was going to go even shorter than that. I don't. Aside from that, I would have just been patient. Everything would have been better. Because then I would have been able to go ahead and see, okay, we have was it? Hold on. So hold on. Let me. Okay. That's why I thought we were going short. We had a 15-minute break of structure on the downside, 30-minute break of structure as well. But that was just because of this. This was just the last leg down from this shit right here. What I missed, and this is what I caught to think this is why I really did flip my bias. Where are you? Right here. Right fucking here. You see this? You see this high right here? I didn't see that high. Or, sorry. I didn't see this high right here. I even missed the second time. I even missed it again. I didn't see this high right here to begin with. So when this happened, we just broke structure on the 15. And then on the 30-minute, we did the exact same, which then indicated that we're going to go ahead and flip. If I would have just been patient enough and seen that happen, buddy, old boy, old pal, that entry down there would have been mine. That entry down there would have been mine, but didn't do so. Nonetheless, that's how that for one, that's a market recap. Two, that is a trade review, all in one, baby. I think I'm gonna start doing that from now on because I've been really slacking on this shit. I've been going through shit mentally, and it's fucking with me. It's fucking with my work, and I cannot allow it to. I strong like bull. I strong like bull. Fuck the haters. Fuck the haters. And I really do mean that. I love you guys. I love my haters, but fuck you. Both account. Oh man, today I can't really continue to focus on the what ifs. I can't continue to focus on the what if. only thing I can do is focus on focus on the small wins. Focus on the small wins. That could actually have been a $800 trade. Wasn't it 800 or more? I don't remember. Anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. That's where we're gonna end it. We're done for the day.